What's going on, everyone? I just got in from a day of sledding out on the mountain. Pretty good day out there, pretty tired. It's already 9 o'clock, just got in. But I want to talk about the new Skidoos 2024. They just released 2 days ago. I wanted to get a video earlier, but I'm getting it out now. First, we'll talk mountain sleds since that's what we know, that's what we do. The trail sleds look pretty cool, but I don't really know too much about them, so I'm not going to say too much. The new turbo 2-stroke does look pretty sweet though. Even thought about picking one up for Ontario for the one time I went through in there. But let's talk about the mountain sleds. So we'll talk about the Summit Expert first, since that's what we're riding this year. The Summit Expert is pretty much completely unchanged for 24. I think it has a new master brake cylinder, and that's about it, which I think is fine. I feel like the manufacturer should maybe focus on quality control. And I'm not pointing any fingers. I feel like that's kind of all manufacturers across the board. Just since COVID, I feel like things haven't really been up to the same standard that they were before. But as for the other mountain sleds, the Freeride, looks like that got some major upgrades this year. I don't know about major, but the Freeride 146 is now available in the turbo, and that's probably the most exciting thing. And I know there's a lot of guys that are hyped up about that. And I feel like I'll probably have to pick up one of those just to see what it's about. I've wanted one for a while, and I always wondered why they didn't offer it. And I knew they were going to offer it in the Lynx this year just because it was available in Europe, so I figured it would come here next. But I didn't really expect Skidoo to do it, but you can get the Lynx or the Freeride available in that 146, which is pretty cool. That'll be a handful. That's definitely not the sled for the majority of people, but people that like to bow tie, hop over, jump, flip, do all that stuff, that's gonna do it really well. But when the snow gets deep like it is right now, definitely not gonna be the sled. Will it work? Yeah, but a 154 turbo or a 165 even is probably gonna do you a lot better. And I was actually thinking about keeping my 154 turbo Expert from this year for next year and actually extending it out to a 165. So then I'll have the 146 turbo Freeride and the 165 Summit Expert turbo. Be a pretty cool combo. We'll kind of have to wait and see what happens. I'm not sure. I haven't ordered anything yet. I kind of do want to spring order a new 165 as well, but I can't be buying all these sleds. Skidoo doesn't pay me to ride these things, so just gonna get one, and that's it. Because we do have the Polaris release coming up March 6th, and I think you're able to spring order at Arctic March 7th as well. Which, I do want to get the new catalyst, the new platform, but I don't know about a 600. Just to talk a little bit more about the Freeride though, the other upgrades it got was bigger front shocks. I think they're valved quite stiff as well. They also went to the 15-inch track on the Freeride. No more T-motion, no more flex edge. And I think that's about the only upgrades it got. Some of the other models within the Deep Snow line are available with new packages now and whatnot, but as for new tech upgrades, there really isn't anything. And one thing I was really hoping to see was a gauge GPS to a Bravo Polaris's. Just having to connect your phone to use that navigation on the Skidoo just is not it. And the buddy tracking feature, I've talked about this before, so we won't get into it, but I really wish they'd do something there. Maybe they have something coming down the road, but as for right now, we're out of luck. I did see a comment though that someone said you can pre-download the maps to the GPS and pay an extra charge to do that. I'll have to look into that and see if that's actually true, and I'll probably put right here whether it is or not. I should look before. But also, what do you guys think of that new color combo with the Freeride? It's pretty interesting. It's going to stand out. I think it's a little bit too minty for me. I wish it would have been maybe a touch darker, but I think it'll be a pretty good looking machine. And what do you guys think of the prices of the new sleds this year? It looks like they went up again, which was kind of to be expected just with how everything is these days. But man, the sleds are a lot of money now. In 2015, the first new sled I spring ordered, I think it cost me 15 grand plus tax, and now we're 25,000 plus tax up in Canada. So 10 grand jump in 9 years. Wow, that's a long time anyhow. But that's still a big jump, nevertheless. Anyway, that's kind of the plan for Skidoo. We'll wait and see what Polaris releases. And I feel like I've been all over the place with this, but my head's still in sledding mode. Like I said, just got in. I should also mention that if I could only spring check one snowmobile and only had one snowmobile, it would be the Summit Expert Turbo 154. And this year I think my dad's gonna spring order the 165 Summit Expert or possibly the Summit X, because the Summit X still has T-Motion, so it's a little easier to get on edge. And like I said before, I'm not a Skidoo ambassador, but I'm here to help you guys. So if anybody has any questions that you might want to ask me about the new lineup, drop them down below and I'll answer all the questions in this video.